The first disaster of the Pacific Theater in World War II occurred on June 19, 1940, when the RMS Niagara, a Kiwi liner carrying more than 8 tons of British gold out of Auckland, New Zealand, met a German mine as she sailed out through the harbor. The gold was shipped from South Africa to America to pay for war munitions. 351 passengers and crew made it safely off ship and watched her sink bow first. In the scenes that followed, all were heroes, and nothing but praise for the conduct of the ship's company and passengers was heard in the rescue ships packed with survivors. Wait a minute. This isn't a film about a ship. This is a film about a train.
Come all you rounders if you want to hear story about a brave engineer. Casey Jones was a rounder's name. On a 6-8 wheel of boys he won his fame.
Welcome aboard the Taieri Gorge Railway, one of Dunedin, New Zealand's top attractions and a must-do. As you climb aboard this classic train and enjoy some breathtaking views, feel yourself transported back in time, seated in classic wooden passenger carriages, many built before the start of World War I. Come with us now as we venture deep into New Zealand's South Island and the Otago Gold Rush Region.
All aboard! All aboard!
Let's begin our journey with some geography. Jeff, where are you? The Taieri Gorge is located on the Taieri River in the South Island of New Zealand. It is a deep canyon carved by the Taieri River on the middle stage of its journey from Central Otago to the Pacific Ocean. The gorge is over 25 miles long and stretches from near Pukerangi to southeast of Outram, a rural suburb of Dunedin. The Otago region of South New Zealand is an area about 12,000 square miles, making it the nation's third largest region, and beautifully wide open with very little population. Pukerangi itself is so small that if you sneezed, you truly miss it. Dunedin, established by Scottish immigrants in 1848, is the second largest city on New Zealand's South Island after Christchurch. The city surrounds the Otago Harbor, the remnants of an extinct volcano. The area gold rush, beginning in the 1860s, brought great prosperity to Dunedin and made it the most populated city in New Zealand for quite some time. But as the gold dried up, so did the population, and Dunedin, although still a sizable city, fell to other urban developments in the nation and now ranks 7th, with a population of about 120,000. One of the most iconic buildings in all of New Zealand is located in Dunedin, the railway station, and it's there we begin our journey. What's in a name, you ask? Many of the place names will be either Scottish in origin, due to the nature of British immigrants, or Maori in nature, due to the indigenous people. Taieri is Maori, meaning not found. Otago is Maori as well, with disputed meaning of either isolated village or place of red earth, in reference to the reddish ochre clay in the area. Dunedin is Scottish Gaelic for Edinburgh, the capital city of Scotland. Besides the many miles of mountains and river gorge, the train tracks through a plethora of tunnels. But be careful filming. One of these tunnels could take more than just your camera. As we meander along 16 miles of the gorge, we're reminded of why this route was carved. It was the Otago Gold Rush of 1860. How did this come to be? Perhaps Mr. Gabriel Reed, the prospector who first found gold, could describe it. Mr. Reed? At a place where a kind of road crossed on a shallow bar, I shoveled away about 2.5 feet of gravel, arrived at a beautiful soft slate, and saw the gold shining like the stars in Orion on a dark, frosty night.
All aboard!
They follow behind me when your love is around. But whenever you stray far from me, they always chase me down.
The gold rush brought the railroad. The gold rush brought the people. It's a similar story to our own rush here in the United States. And like the cities that now thrive after the rush here, Dunedin thrives in New Zealand. So what makes this train special? Why should you take this train? Well, besides the incredible engineering feats like the famous Wingatui Viaduct, the world's second largest wrought iron structure in operation, you can take a few hours and transport yourself back in time and breathe in the beauty that is New Zealand, the most beautiful place on earth.
They're called the blues. Some of my closest friends. My friends aren't what I need right now. I need your loving arms again.
So please sit back and enjoy the views while this hobo sings you some blues from the train.
But when you were by my side, the blues they'd run and hide. But then you went away. Now my friends are back to stay. They're called the blues. Some of my closest friends. And thank God for my friends. You're gone so long, they'll get me through again.
Come all you rounders if you want to hear story about a brave engineer. Casey Jones was a rounder's name. On a 6-8 wheel of Boise won his fame. Called Casey about 4:30. Kissed his wife at the station in the door. Mounted in the cabin with his orders in his hand, and he took his last trip to that promised land. Casey Jones mounted in the cabin. Casey Jones, orders in his hand. Casey Jones mounted in the cabin, and he took his last trip to that promised land. Put in your water, shovel in your coal, put your head out the window and watch the drivers roll. I'll run her till she leaves the rail, for I'm 8 hours late with the Western Mail. Mrs. Jones now sat on her bed a-crying. She just received a message, for Casey was dying. Said, go to bed, children. Shh, hush your crying. I've got another papa on the Alameda line. Casey Jones mounted in the cabin. Casey Jones, orders in his hand. Casey Jones mounted in the cabin, and he took his last trip to that promised land.
All aboard!